So I just got outside to the Ave because I just spotted a massive rainbow. Beautiful.
Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need.
Previously, on Journey to the Frozen Continent, after 5 days of adventure in Antarctica, sadly, it's time to leave. But what better way to finish our time in Antarctica than a Christmas gala dinner, followed by a spectacular evening show. After that, it was time to head to the main lounge, as Christmas Day was just minutes away. By the way, you can tell with truly rich Drake passage, as even the Christmas tree was swaying. In a few moments, Christmas carols will begin. As it's a bilingual cruise, people were invited to sing the carols in either English or French. Hi fellow travelers, this is Ken and welcome to my channel, Ken Travels 360. Today is Christmas Day. Merry Christmas! We are now midway through the Drake Passage. So you've just seen the waves in the video. However, without a frame of reference, you probably can't tell how large the waves are. It's quite funny, everyone is walking around in a drunken stupor, but nobody is actually that drunk. So we're in the dining room now on deck 2. The one on deck 6 is closed because, as you can see, the condition is quite rough. The waves are quite big. Next, we've got a lectures on seals. The timing of this lecture was peculiar, happening after we have had all our landings.
Yes, it was in Donko, leopard seals. Some of you saw leopard seals. Maybe the kayaker.
After the lecture, there was a bit of spare time before lunch, and I stayed in the room to record a review about this cruise, which I have already published. If you have missed that video, you can watch it now by clicking the link above. I'll also put a link at the end of this video. This is Christmas Day brunch and we're treated to something extra today. Today, the Deck 6 restaurant is closed as we have Drake Shake. Even though the Boréal has good stabilizers, today is still quite a rough sea day. After lunch, I don't know if people had just eaten far too much or perhaps they were seasick. The ship was mostly very quiet. There was a lecture at the theatre, but instead of going there, we watched it live on the television instead. Wow, this is Deck 6 trying to get to the observatory lounge, and it's so much more rough up here. I came up to the observatory deck to try to film how rocky the ship was, but somehow the picture didn't do justice to how high the swells were. Soon it was dinner time again. So for starters, I have opted for oysters, and Steve, you got carpaccio with black truffles. After dinner, we headed to the theatre, only to find the Christmas dance show was cancelled or perhaps postponed, as some of the dancers were too seasick to perform. So instead, they started the karaoke session earlier.
Yes, already some relaxed after today, right? Yes. You already know how to balance. Tu sais déjà comment il faut se balancer. There we
To
go
my
with the-
surprise, I didn't feel seasick despite the rocking movement, and I was able to sing a few songs. I won't show a lot of the footages here, as I already put them in another video about all the entertainment on board. If you are interested, click on the link above to watch it.
Strikes upon the hour, and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. Who loves me? Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Believe that everybody feels the way I do about you now. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
The next morning, when we woke up, we rushed to the balcony, as we were alerted to the presence of orcas or killer whales. Despite the name, they are actually a type of dolphin. They are very distinctive with their bold black and white coloring. Apparently, orcas don't attack humans because they are fussy eaters and only tend to eat what their mothers teach them is safe. As humans would never have qualified as a reliable food source, our species was never sampled enough. They were given the name killer whale by ancient sailors who observed groups of orcas hunting and preying on largest whale species. Next, we have a briefing about the disembarkation procedures tomorrow. This was followed by a special presentation where basically every team of the ship came to the theater and went up to the stage in front of all the passengers. This was a nice gesture, as it's really nice to put a face to the people who have taken care of us in the last week or so.
People, Manon, le régisseur, Mr. Danny.
Bonjour à tous, good morning everybody. I would like to take the opportunity of this presentation to thank you, dear passenger, but to thank also the crew of Le Boréal, which that makes this vessel such a great vessel. This is more a team than a crew, and I'm very proud to order them. So thanks to all those you know, our team, for example, but also to all the others that who are working on the shadow and who are involved in your success cruise. I think about laundry team, galley team, engine team. So thank you all for a service of great quality and a friendly atmosphere. Thanks to our crew director Andrea for bringing such a great spirit on board. Thank you, Andrea. It was a very rich expedition with very different weather, some beautiful day, some less beautiful. A very nice drake and less nice. Some beautiful scenery also, and I'm very proud on behalf of all my officer and crew. I'm very proud and happy to have been able to offer you such a great journey. Our journey is not far from over. We will sail today on the Beagle Channel. We will pick up the pilot at the entrance at around 2:30 p.m. And we will reach Ushuaia tonight, where you will have 3 times to enjoy. Have a nice day, and I hope we will have the opportunity to sail together again soon. Thank you. Merci.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, the master of Le Boréal, Captain Michael Devienne.
We are actually expected to arrive at Ushuaia today at 6 p.m. Pretty much 12 hours ahead of schedule. That's good. It means we won't miss flights or anything. Tomorrow we'll officially disembark on the ship after staying one more night at Ushuaia on the ship. I think we have started entering the Beagle Channel, and hopefully the weather will get better and we'll look at it later. So we have just entered the Beagle Channel. The weather is no less bleak than Antarctica. It's windy and rainy. and the temperature is just above zero. So not much change since we have left Antarctica. So for lunch we have ordered something a little bit different. It's the galette breton. It's like a parcel with eggs and ham in it. So for desserts, I've chosen two to try. The one on the left is tarte aux pois et pecan, pear and pecan pie, and on the right is the flan parisien. I wasn't expecting to eat the whole flan parisien, but actually it's very delicious. It's got egg custard in it. After lunch, it's time to head out to the observatory deck to have a look at the Beagle Channel. Oh my, we're in the Beagle Channel now, and the wind is still very strong. It's arguably stronger than some parts of Antarctica. We then had a final recap briefing, and one of the talks was particularly interesting.
Cave explorers, some divers that went in the Mediterranean Sea near Marseille, and they dived into a cave. And out of the cave, what did they find? They found some caveman painting. And there was something really confusing in this cave. It was this. You see? What do you see? Penguin. Okay. So how can a penguin arrive in the southern of France in Marseille? Does somebody have an idea? It's true that when you only see this representation, it's totally like a penguin. And when you see the birds, you see, yeah, it's like a penguin. And there is actually a lot of things in common: the colors of the top, of the belly, the flippers also, and the short legs. Everything made that all these both birds were really adapted to the marine habitat and were flightless. But so you say, yeah, but it's easy. Like they were cousins, and one come from the north, the other went into the south, and at one point you get separated. And actually, no. The hawk went from here, and the penguin from here. And between this, you have, like for example, the albatross that are here, and other flying birds here. So it's not so much same pressure from the habitat that they both adapt the same shape. They both lost their ability to fly, and like this, they were adapted to the middle. So to the habitat. Sorry. So as you can see, it's really looking like a penguin, and this is just a proof that this for birds, it's the best way to feed at sea is to lose the ability to fly and to go to this shape. Well,
200 passengers. Look what you ate. 200 kilos of chocolate. Well done. For the meat, almost 2 beef plus other poultry, so it's 1,500 kilo of meat. For the milk, only the milk, 500 liters. Ooh. For the cheese, you like that? 200 kilos. Okay, I stop with food, but now with liquid. Champagne, 183 bottles. For the beers, 1,000 cans. Well done. For the wine, you did it well, 700 bottles. And for other alcohol, vodka, whiskey, etc., 157 liters. Congratulations. And you know, I want, okay, no comment for this one.
If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel with notifications enabled. That way you will get notifications whenever I release a new video. Hello! Today's afternoon tea is crepe. Yes. So, another afternoon tea, another unnecessary dessert. This time is crepe. I know, I have no self-control. I just keep eating all this delicious food, but only one more day. So we're about an hour away from Ushuaia, and we are passing through the town Puerto Williams of Chile. So it's bingo time.
Two bingos! Well done! Congratulations, Daniel and Esther! Yeah, you are the winners. So
Next, we've got the rescheduled Christmas dance show. Again, I'll show you some highlights here. You can see the extended version by clicking the link at the end of the video.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way, to ride and sing a sled song tonight.
Then we'll have some funky vibe and we'll do some caroling.
Wow, it's really windy out here, but we are arriving at Ushuaia port. But currently it's far too windy to get into the port, so we're all mates to wait outside. But of course we will still go to our gala dinner. But I want to show you the Ushuaia city and the port before we go. So we just went outside to see Ushuaia. You may be able to tell how windy it is. So I just got outside to the aft because I just spotted a massive rainbow. Beautiful. So the other cruise ship is just following us. You can see the rainbow there too. Okay, after the beautiful rainbow, we're now down to deck 2 for the final gala dinner. So this is the menu for tonight's gala's dinner. So this is the amuse bouche. So you might notice that Steve has been given a big glass space, whereas in front of me there is nothing. That place basically marks that someone wants the vegetarian course in the gala dinner, so that they can deliver the right food. Once he has his 2 starters, which are vegetarian, because the next course is going to be the view that he's chosen, then that place will be removed. Very smart system. So the cold starter has arrived after about 40 minutes wait. I don't know why it takes so long for the courses to come out. So this is my hot starter, just arrived. I believe it's a sea bass. The view has arrived, the main course, and it's looking very small but very beautifully arranged. Right, the main course, which is the view, was really good. It was almost worth the wait for it. Hello. This is 100% cacao. So we're just getting ready to dock now. As you can see, we have just docked at Ushuaia Harbour. So we have arrived approximately 12 hours ahead of schedule. So we'll spend the night here, but it just means everything should be on schedule. After 1,738 nautical miles, we have returned to Ushuaia about 10 hours earlier than expected. Beautiful sunset here. Viking Otanis is next to us. It's now approximately 10:30 in the evening. The sun has just set, but it's still a little bit bright, and Ushuaia is behind me. Right, that brings us to the end of this video. Next time, we'll see how the disembarkation went, our free time in Ushuaia, as well as the return domestic flight on Aerolíneas Argentinas to Buenos Aires. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.